Hey guys, Giggity DFS back with another baseball video, and in today's video I'm going to be breaking down the 13 game MLB slate starting at 7:05 p.m. on August 14th, 2020. Before we jump into the video, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, do all that fun stuff, and get that done. If you guys have not checked out tilteddfs.com, they got a bunch of good articles, CSGO, baseball, basketball, football, hockey, golf, MMA, all that good stuff. Check it out, links in the description below. We've had a couple people who are reading our CSGO articles are winning some really good money, so go ahead. Check that out in the description below. It's free. Go ahead. Just do it. And before we jump into this slate, we're going to go look back at last night's slate, which was a freaking disaster for me. Let's just start off with DeScalfini, negative 18 points. Love it. The only good one I had was Lowe and Barnes. I originally did have Mookie Betts in there, and then I took him out for a cheaper option so I could pay up on a pitcher's spot. Went from Arrieta to Glasnow. So that was a mistake. But go ahead and check out the first place lineup who 100% had Mookie Betts, which was Flexium. Royal Pain came in second and third. Wow. Flexium had Yu Darvish, which had a really good game, 37 points. Had Glasnow in there, that's fine. Zuno, Russo, Lowe, Suarez, Adams, had to have Mookie Betts in there, 3 homers. Crazy game for him. Senez and Renfroe. Congrats to him, another 50 grand richer. That Tampa Bay stack was a must-have last night, and unfortunately, I did not get to that. But we'll get to the big stack tonight when we get to this 13 game slate. Starting off with the New York Mets in Philadelphia against the Phillies. Jacob deGrom going for the Mets, $11,600. Spencer Howard for the Phillies at $4,000. And I don't care if you call me biased, call me whatever. I'm liking the Mets again tonight. Going up against Howard, who is not a good pitcher. And he's sitting at 4K, so it really shows how, considering that he is the cheapest pitcher on the slate, I have no problem going against him. Going with some Mets players, J.D. Davis, Michael Conforto, Pete Alonso, Dominic Smith, Brandon Nimmo, all of them going to be very solid options today. Don't mind getting to some Mets. On the other side, I think Jacob deGrom's a good pick. I just think that I'm going to try to pay down a little bit and go away from him today. Last time he was on the mound, granted, he was against the Marlins. He was 60% owned on like a 10-game slate. So I'm going to try to avoid going to Jacob deGrom today. Watch, this will be the game that he goes 8 innings, 1 run, 12 strikeouts, but I'll bite the bullet and not go after him today. There's some other options that I'm alright with getting to that are a little bit cheaper and could be a little bit better. But I am in no ways interested in any Philadelphia hitting. I'm not going after them. If I was running 150 lineups, I would get 3% max. Would not even be interested. Maybe even 1%. They're just not a team that I want to target against Jacob deGrom. If you were, Hoskins, Harper, and Real Muto would be the only 3 that I would be legitimately interested in. Moving on to the next one, we got the Boston Red Sox and the New York Yankees. Garrett Cole going for the Yankees. Ryan Baser at 4,400 as the opener for the Red Sox, and Colton Brewer as the long reliever at 5K for the Red Sox. this one should be a game that the Yankees take care of very, very easily. So going after LeMahieu, Judge, Hicks, Viot, and Torres could be the option for me to go against a bullpen game of Boston. On the other side, Boston's hitting's not really been doing that well, and Garrett Cole is one of the best pitchers he's probably the best pitcher in the American League. I say he's the second best pitcher in baseball behind Jacob deGrom. But I feel like Garrett Cole is going to be a better play today. Going up against a Boston team that's struggling, and he's $600 cheaper than deGrom, I'd rather get to Garrett Cole than to Jacob deGrom today. If you were going after the contrarian stack of the Boston Red Sox, that sounds weird coming off my tongue. Devers, Martinez, Bogaerts, Moreland, Vasquez. That's about it. But I wouldn't be opposed to getting no pitching from this game at all and paying down for other options and on the slate. Next game we got is, which one did I click on? Did it click? Cleveland and Detroit. If my computer wants to work. Anyway, Adam Civale going for Cleveland today at 9,300. Ivan Nova for the for the Tigers at 6,300. Why isn't it working? You were doing so good. It's actually kind of frustrating. But I'll break down the pitching while this refreshes. Sorry, a little bit annoying, but Adam Civale is actually one of my more higher up picks of the day. Here we go. At 9,300. I think I'd rather get to him against Detroit than getting to Jacob deGrom or Garrett Cole. I think it's just a better spot for him overall against a Detroit team that is not that strong. Granted, I do think he's going to be a lot more owned, but I don't mind going after Civale today going up against Detroit. And I really do like a Cleveland stack as well, going with Ramirez, Lindor, Santana, and Reyes. Just because they're going up against Ivan Nova, they're going up against the Tigers, which is it's a very friendly matchup for Cleveland, and I really want to go after it. Not really interested in anybody from the Tigers. All right, that's it. Don't play Tigers. I would X them out totally. Now I'll queue up the Tigers 10-0 win, but next game we got the Atlanta Braves against the Miami Marlins, and I feel like this would be a pretty solid pitching matchup for Kyle Wright at $6,500, and then you got Pablo Lopez at $6,900, and I think both of these pitching options would be pretty solid punt pitching options. If I would have to pick one, I think I would actually go after Pablo Lopez instead of Kyle Wright. Just Miami's been hitting better than we think, and I think Lopez would be a little bit less owned than Kyle Wright. In that case, I do like going after Miami hitting as well, going after Aguilar, Dickerson, Joyce, and Anderson, and even Cervelli, would be solid choices for a Miami stack today, which could be nice. Don't mind getting there. On the Atlanta side, I wouldn't mind getting to some Miami stacks as well. Granted, these are punt pitching options, so the offenses are going to be good against them. Going after Dansby Swanson, Travis d'Arnaud, Freddie Freeman, Marcell Ozuna, and Adam Duvall would be the way that I would want to try to approach this one. Just this game is overall just a good game to target, just for salary saving for pitcher or good hitting. Next one, we got Pittsburgh and we got Cincinnati. I could make the mistake in going back to a Cincinnati pitcher against Pittsburgh today. I went after Savella yesterday. God, was that awful. But I don't mind going right back to the well with Sonny Gray. 9,600 for Sonny Gray. He's been pitching really well this season, and he's going up against a Pittsburgh team that's usually not that good. And then you got Chad Call on the other side, which I have zero interest in, considering he's been an opener for Pittsburgh for a while, and just not really too interested in going after him. Last time he pitched in that one massacre game between the Pittsburgh Pirates and the Detroit Tigers. He went 4 innings, a hit, a run, and an earned run, which was a homer, and 7 strikeouts in 4 innings in relief. Don't let that skew your judgment today, because on his thing it does say he's averaging 11.6 points. Don't let that skew your judgment. I'm not really interested in him at all today. I'd be more inclined in going after Cincinnati hitting, but Sonny Gray, definitely interested in. Pittsburgh hitting, only Bell for me, once again, but that's just my opinion. On the other side, Castellanos, Votto, Suarez, Winker, and Senyas would be the choices that I would want to go to for Cincinnati. Next one up, we got Washington and Baltimore, where we have Washington and Baltimore is actually not on the slate. Something tells me because that game's going to be... What? Washington and Baltimore. You know what? That one could be a doubleheader, so that's probably why it's not on the slate. So we'll go ahead and skip right over that one, because it's not on the main slate for on DraftKings right now. And I looked through the 7:35 area. Next one we should get then is Kansas City and Minnesota. Jacob Junis going for the Royals at 7,300. Jake Odorizzi going for Minnesota at 9,400. And there's another instance I really like Jake Odorizzi. Even though he has not pitched that well this year, going up against Kansas City, which is not really that strong of a offense. Granted, they've had their big games, but those are once in a blue moon. I do like going after Jake today. On the other side, I do like going after some Twins hitting. Kepler, Polanco, Cruz, Rosario, and Gonzalez. And if you want to get down to Garver as your catcher, he's a little bit expensive. I'd rather punt on catching options. But I don't mind getting to it, and could be a solid spot for Minnesota. On the Kansas City hitting side, Soler, Perez, Merrifield. That would pretty much be all I'd be interested in the Kansas City side, just because I really do like Jake Odorizzi today against the Royals. Next game we got is Milwaukee at Chicago. We got Tyler Chatwood going for the Cubs and Brandon Woodruff going for the Brewers. I like both these pitching options. This is a game that I'd rather get to pitching than hitting. Chatwood at 9,100, obviously pay up option, but a solid one at that. I do really like going after Chatwood on the slate if I can get the salary to do it. Woodruff at 8,200. It's another solid one. He's been pitching really, really well this year. And I don't see a problem with getting to both of these guys when picking your pitchers. Not both of these guys in the same lineup. I'm not really too interested in stacking these pitchers, but I definitely like going after both these pitchers on the slate. If you're going after hitting, for Milwaukee, Yelich, maybe Hero. That's about it. If you're going after Chicago, Bryant, Rizzo, Baez, Schwarber, and Contreras. But I'd rather go after pitching in this matchup. And I feel like Woodruff is going to be the one pitcher that it's going to be the standout one to me, and I'm going to end up getting to him again on my single entry game. Next one, we got Texas and Colorado, and this is a Coors game. Shit. That sucks. Lance Lynn is normally a really, really good pitcher. He has not let up, he's let up 1 run this year, or 3 runs this year. Anyway, he's been really, really solid this year, and but because they're playing Coors, not interested. And there's better pay-up options than Lance Lynn. And then Ryan Castellini at 4,600 for the Colorado Rockies. Not really interested in pitching in Coors. I would like to fade this game because I don't like going after Coors games. They're going to be way too chalky, especially Texas in this case. They're going to be way too chalky. But if you were to go after players on the Colorado side, Nolan Arenado is 6K, Story is 6,200, and Blackman is 6K. Go ahead, have fun. On the Texas side, if you want to go after Calhoun and Gallo and Chu, if Chu's cheap, go ahead, go after him. Other than that, I'm fading this game. I don't like going after Coors games. I'd rather pick leverage spots and going after something else. Seattle and Houston is the next one up on the plate. We got Framber Valdez going for the Houston Astros and Yushi Kazuki going for Seattle. 8,800 for Valdez. Kikuchi is 5,500. I'd rather get to offenses on this game. I don't actually mind going after Seattle's hitting as well. Moore, Lewis, Crawford, Seager, Nola. I don't mind getting to a Seattle stack today. Could be pretty contrarian going up against Valdez, which is... He's all right, but he's not the best of pitchers on Houston's staff. So I feel like they can take advantage of the weak spot. And then I don't mind going after Houston as well. Springer, Altuve, Bregman, Brantley, and Gurriel. If you want to add Correa in there, fine. I'm cool with getting to a Houston stack as well for today. 3 games left. LA and LA. I like LA in this game. Oh, I'm kidding. Clayton Kershaw going for the Dodgers at 10,600, and then Patrick Sandoval going for the Angels at 6,800. I'm all right with going to Clayton Kershaw at 10.6. I feel like I like the 9K range a little bit more and going after that, because with the 10K range you got Clayton Kershaw against LA, Cole against Boston, and DeGrom against Philly. I feel like there's just better spots on this slate than going after these top 3 price pitchers, which are going to be probably anywhere from 25 to 40% owned each. Those are going to be your top pitching options to go to. But I like going after some other pitchers, and I'm probably not going to get to Clayton Kershaw today. I'm probably not getting to Patrick Sandoval either at 6,800. Just not a choice that I want to get to, and I'm all right with not getting to a pitcher that against a team that is one of the best offenses in baseball. As for hitting for LA, the Angels, I would get to Lascella, Trout, Rendon, and Oshai Ohtani. Lascella because he's cheap, and the other ones because they're good hitters. On the LA side, on the Dodgers side, no problem going back to Mookie Betts. Except for I'd be careful. He hit 3 homers last night, so I'm gonna guess he's not gonna have as good as a game tonight. So don't be butthurt if he doesn't do that well. But Mookie Betts, Turner, Bellinger, Pollock, Muncy on the Dodgers side for offense. I'd rather get to offenses in this game than pitching. Next one, we got San Diego and Arizona. We got Merrill Kelly at $9,800 going up against Lamet at $9,200. I'm fading both these pitchers, not interested in either, just because they're way too expensive for what I think they can do. Rather go after some offenses in this one. Tatis, Grisham, Machado, Pham, Hosmer, Myers. Cronenworth, if he's a little bit higher up in the lineup, he's very cheap. Cronenworth's been very cheap lately. Where's he at? $2,800 today. Don't mind going after him. San Diego, nice stack going up against Merrill Kelly. On the other side, I do like an Arizona stack. Calhoun, Marte, Peralta, Walker, Escobar going up against Lamet. I have a feeling that these stacks are going to be pretty low owned, and going after them could bring you some leverage, and it could benefit you pretty well. Final game of the day, Oakland Athletics sending out Frankie Montas, one of my favorite plays of the day. And then Johnny Cueto for $5,200 for the Giants. Not really interested in him. Frankie Montas at $8,400. This is the matchup you want for him. Going up against a Giants team that strikes out a decent amount of times. Only Flores and only Wilmer Flores doesn't strike out that more than 20% in this lineup. And I do really like going after Frankie Montas on the slate. It's just going to be a solid play for him. He's going to be able to get a bunch of strikeouts going up against a soft Giants team, and going after him is going to be a good option. Not really interested in any Giants hitters. Yastrzemski is pretty much the only one, but I think he's too expensive. I think he's like $5,000 at this point. Let me see if I'm right. Yastrzemski, $5,500, so I think he's a little bit too expensive. I'd much rather get to a Oakland stack, which at their price, I don't think they're going to be that high owned. Chapman's $5,300, Simeon's $5,000, Laureano's $47,000 I don't think he's playing though. Carna at $44,000, Davis at $42,000, and what's the other player I was looking at? Matt Olson at $51,000. I don't mind going after a Oakland stack. I really do like it, and going after Oakland a lot today is going to be a nice option for me, especially in the late slates. So I hope you guys did enjoy the video. If you guys did, make sure to like, subscribe. If you are new, check out Tilted DFS, links in the description below, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Let's make some money.